let's get cooking, baby.
Hey guys, welcome back. Bushcrafty Cooks here again, and today we are going to start making something very delicious. This is my world famous bean and beef burrito, homemade. And like every great meal starts off with the chopping of the onion. And I always start my mixture, so to speak, with sauteing the onion. So I've been asked many times to start a restaurant just making this burrito mixture, if you would. Recipe, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's called a recipe, isn't it? Chop this up. Again, try to keep all the sizes the same. Blah, 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 blah. And this is a point where we start crying because the onions are very strong. Very strong onions. And we're going to go ahead and add these to our frying pan. I'm going to put the frying pan over to the side so we can get this other half, because we want one medium-sized onion. And I was asked about my cleaver here. This is a metal, heavy-duty metal cleaver that was made for me a few months after I had started my channel, Bushcraft Family, or restarted it, I guess you would say. Go ahead and add this. And to this mixture, we got some bacon grease. We're going to plop a teaspoon or so in there. Put the lid back on. And we're going to fry this up. We'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, we have the onions doing its thing and they're getting softened up. Want to get the flavors loosened up in there, so we're going to go ahead and give some salt to that, because we want the flavors, and plenty of pepper. This will open up the flavors of the onion so it can be released within the meal. And once this starts breaking down a little bit where you can start seeing through the onion a little bit, we'll get to the next stage. The next stage, as you can see, this is broken down quite a bit. Want to put in a can of fire roasted chilies. Get those in there. Let that marry with them onions. Look at that, looking good. Okay. We're going to go ahead and let that cook for a little bit more. Okay, this is looking like where we want to be. So, it is time to add in about 2 pounds of ground beef. And I'm making this, you can make it a little bit smaller, but I like to make it extra so we get to eat this for 2 or 3 days afterwards. We're going to break up this hamburger. Like so. Mix in the chilies and the onions as much as you can until this starts to warm up and start to cook. And then we'll add our next spices. And with that, we will be back in a minute. Okay, it's time to add the spices. And hopefully this is not too loud for you guys. But we're going to put in some garlic powder, about a teaspoon or so, a tablespoon, something like that. And then we got some chili powder, about yay bit amount, which is about 2 tablespoons, 2 teaspoons, whatever. We're going to go ahead and add some more salt in here. There we go. Then we have some of this taco seasoning. You can get the packets. I usually use a lot of this, so probably 2 tablespoons of this put in there. You can add or subtract what you want from this. We're going to give that a mix. Oh yeah, as soon as you put that in, you can smell. Oh, it's time for burritos. There we go. Got one little extra tip for you. We got some of this stuff. Now you can see a lot of the grease and stuff forming. I like to put in probably 2/3 a cup, somewhere in that area. 1/4 of a cup, a couple tablespoons. Measurements for me don't come. I do everything by look and taste. So if it looks like it needs more, I put more in there and I taste it. And if it doesn't, if it needs more, then I put more in there, that kind of thing. So what you see is always a guesstimate. We're going to go ahead and brown this up. And once we get ready to drain this, we'll go to the next step. So hang tight. Okay, this is what it looks like when it's ready to be drained. And you can see all the extra fat in there that we don't want, because we don't want this stuff dripping down our elbows and whatnot when we're eating our burritos. So let me go drain this, because hopefully you guys know how to drain fat from the hamburger and stuff. So I'm not going to show that. We'll be back in a minute. So you see, let me shut that water off. We have 2 solid things of refried beans. Sometimes I make my own refried beans. Sometimes I use canned. I just had a whole bunch of this left over from preps and stuff that need to get eaten up, whatever you want to say it. So we're going to get this in here until this starts softening up. So you're going to start working it to where you're going to mush this stuff together. And this is the bean part of the burrito. And just like the meat, the beans need seasoning too. So even though it's going to be mixed with the beans, or mixed with the meat, we need to put seasoning with this too. So, just like the meat, it gets its own seasoning. Because we don't want to rob from the meat. We want to have this have a good flavor too. And usually about all I do is the same seasoning except for the chili powder in this, because chili powder in the beans doesn't taste as good. And then we're going to mix this up until these start working to be cooked together and softened. You can tell because they'll start getting real creamy. Some people will add a little bit of fat, but there's fat left in the bottom of this, so we're not going to worry about that. There we go. See how it's starting to get a little bit softer? You start seeing more of that smoke come up. There you go. If you want more beans, add another can. I usually go with the bigger cans, but I have small cans, so I used 2 small cans. There we go. And I think we are about ready for our ground beef to be added back in here. Add that back in. And then we're going to work this together. And we're going to continue to cook this for about 5 to 8 more minutes. That way everything gets incorporated together. The beans and the meat get yummy with each other and create something wonderful. This is the best burrito filling that you'll ever have right here. I mean, you could probably go to Mexico and it probably wouldn't be as good. Just because I made it. There we go. Ooh, look at there. Now, within all this cooking, you guys should have been making your pico de gallo, shredding some lettuce, cutting up some olives if you like olives, black olives in this. Whatever things that you like within this, you should have been getting that ready. So, without further ado, let me go over to the other workstation. Okay, as you see, we're getting our burrito. We got our flour tortilla here. What I usually like doing, and this is preference up to you, whatever you like to do, is I like to put a generous amount of cheese on there. Now, if I knew all this was going to get ate in this serving, I would mix the cheese in with the beans and meat. But since this will be leftovers, I keep it separate because it'll taste a lot better that way. Also, I like to add some tomatoes, which pico de gallo. It's got some jalapenos in there. You don't have to have those if you don't want to. I also like to have some greens in there, even though the jalapenos some of them are green. Just like that. Also, if you like sour cream, by all means put that on there and try to make sure it stays on there and not roll off the table. Well, we just got messy. That's okay. We can eat messy. Now, there are many ways to fold this. Also, if you want a little spice, remember this stuff? You can put that on there. And that's picante sauce, Mexican hot sauce. Okay, there's many ways of folding burritos. I'm not teaching you guys how to do this or anything like that. I like to squish it together, kind of marry all the ingredients together. Fold the sides and bring this back like that and just roll it. And you have a burrito. Now, it's not the prettiest thing, but it fits in my mouth and I eat it. And it's good. So if you guys want to give this a try, please do. And make sure that you tag me in it or send me an email or whatever that you've made these homemade beef and bean burritos. And let me know what you think. Until next time, like always, catch you on the next one.